y'all? It's your favorite sports chica, Carolina Teague, and this is episode 13 of League of Our Own. Welcome back. It is December 7th, 2022, and I'm here at VodPod Media Studios with my guy, radio husband and producer, Gylan Jackson, making sure everything is running smoother than olive oil on a baby's behind. We got a lot to talk about today. Kyler Murray, he's out. Jalen Hurts, is he going to be MVP before Dak Prescott? And Micah Parsons made some comments about him. Shawn Oakman, we're going to do rapid fire and this or that. I'm really excited about today. Gylan, what's going on with my big head? Why my big head showing through the whole thing? My head is way too big for this camera angle.
No, your head's not big. You look absolutely amazing today.
I need you to like zoom out because you know my head is too big. It's like a giant.
What do you want me to zoom? Hold on. I'll zoom out.
Yeah, zoom out. Just there we go. No. Zoom. Oh, hell. What have you been up to, Gylan? Last time, okay, we got to tell you guys what happened last week. We were supposed to do a show last week.
What'd you do? What'd you break?
Gylan forgot to hit the record button. We recorded a whole show, you guys. We went through the whole entire show.
No. We didn't record shit.
Yeah.
If we recorded shit, then we could have put a show up.
Yeah.
We literally, hold on. Let me come over here real quick.
Yeah.
Guys, we literally did not record or stream a show. Like, I'm talking to the camera right now, talking to Carolina. We did this for an hour straight.
Yeah.
Talked. Mm-hmm. We didn't do nothing else. We just talked.
Mm-hmm. We did the whole show.
My dumb ass didn't hit record or hit stream.
Yeah, so we did a whole show thinking you guys were listening, and nothing happened. But
we had the Manscaped thing at the bottom of the screen,
yeah.
Get 20% off. We didn't do nothing.
Yeah, we did a shout out to our sponsor, Manscaped, 20% off using my code BABE. We were wondering why. Oh, we even got comments in from people thinking that they were listening to the show, but they
so Dwayne thought I took a picture of something and sent it to him, but we weren't streaming. He was just reading what was on the screen.
It's interesting because, that was probably one of the most wildest episodes I ever did. And I'm so glad it didn't go live because I ranted pretty hardcore about some crazy stuff. And if you guys would have heard that show, I think it would have been a bad look for my whole reputation. I think so. And I think everything happens for a reason. So thank you, everybody who's listening today. But yeah, like I said, I think
not like you don't have other reasons why your reputation might go to boop boop.
Yeah, I really don't care about my reputation. If you want me to be
or
honest
people
with
make
you.
it up.
Yeah, people make up stuff about me all the time.
Yeah,
I've heard the most craziest rumors about me, and I know you have too, Gylan. People made up some crazy rumors about you too.
Most of them are true. I'm okay with that.
No, there's one that I could think of that is not true. 100%.
What?
The one where you want me to say it out loud?
Yeah, what was it?
It was the one where people said that you were a thief and you stole some money and all this stuff.
Yo, from that other podcast company.
Yeah, there was a huge.
And then our favorite two people that are in the shower together doing wraparounds are like straight up like, oh yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy
I jacked him. I took all his money.
Yeah.
I took all his money. That's how I built my podcast studio because I stole everything from him.
Yeah.
That's how I did it.
That was a crazy.
And turned my studio to look like Walmart too.
Oh, and then they accused you of sexual assault too. Remember that?
Yo, okay, we can stop there. That's not.
Well, those are.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I was never accused of sexual assault. I was never accused of sexual assault.
Well, they were making up rumors.
But it wasn't sexual. Yeah, that's okay. Ixnay on that whole thing. Because then people start looking for shit and find my old OnlyFans MySpace page and, next thing you know, I'll be at a drag queen at a brunch being shut down by the Texas little penis gun toters.
Rumor I heard about me recently is somebody said that that's covering boxing. They said that they're just started covering boxing. I'm going to say that. And they're trying to create a name for themselves. And they said that I don't really like boxing. And I'm like, boy, you don't even know the difference between Southpaw and Orthodox. And you going to tell me that I don't know about boxing? I don't heard what you talk about. And I don't know about boxing. But anyways, that's neither here nor there.
How did we even get on what other people were saying about us? Because those people don't matter. They're not doing what we're doing. And they're not doing what you're doing. I
know, but I just felt like kind of giving people a glimpse of like what we have to do.
Why are you being petty?
Because I feel like it today. Well, you know why? Because we didn't hit the record button. That's why. So
no, you hit this being streamed right now. Damn.
No,
but I got to bring up old shit.
Well, because I'm saying it's really crazy because I said some really wild and crazy things on the last podcast, and
Right.
and you were saying after the podcast that everything happens for a reason sometimes, and there's a reason why that podcast didn't go live, because everything, I was saying some pretty outrageous stuff, and I came across really, what would you
Angry.
say? Angry.
Yes, you were. What's the word? How do they talk about women? Actually, we'll get to that in a second
crazy
too.
Crazy Latina is how I came off.
Yeah, you came off. Yeah, it was borderline. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're trying to be more Latina. Like next episode, I want to have some hot Cheetos here with limon, and I want to eat that, before we get started. But we gotta find a way.
Before you should eat it during the show, and then your fingers will be all orange.
Yeah, that would be great. Or eat a raspa or something during the show. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How can I incorporate being Mexican into the show? And that's one of the hard things I am having a hard time dealing with. So if you guys have some suggestions on how
You just need to be you.
So you're saying I'm naturally Latina?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I want to be extra Latina,
No.
No?
I don't need to be extra anything.
I just want to be proud of my heritage and proud of my root. Whenever we talk about this stuff,
So you want to be what?
I want to be extra Latina. I want to eat hot Cheetos, eat hot chips. Why are you zooming into my face
Because you want to be extra, so I'm extra big head. She looks away from the screen. She's all embarrassed.
Okay, Carlos Reynosa said, you forgot to hit record. I didn't realize my favorite body wash was actually shampoo until I ran out. We all make mistakes. Okay, you're right. We all make mistakes, but it helped us get prepared for this show. And
which is funny because my favorite toothpaste is body wash, so I run out, I have to use toothpaste.
Wait, you use toothpaste for body wash?
Yeah, I use toothpaste for body wash.
What do you mean? Like Crest and Colgate?
Yeah.
For body wash?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's minty clean.
It doesn't burn you? It doesn't
It's
burn?
minty. I feel fresh when it's done.
Really?
Who needs Manscaped when you have peppermint
balls? Yeah, well, I think
First of all, the fact that you believe me,
Manscaped smells way better.
the fact that so you smelled a man's balls with peppermint
See, this is
Colgate on them?
This is how rumors start. Now people are gonna think that you wash yourself with Colgate toothpaste and your balls smell like pepper.
No, we don't wash with Colgate. But that's why I think you believe crazy tinfoil stuff, because you're gullible. I was joking. I would never bathe. That was a joke because the guy said he didn't realize. And then I didn't anyway, okay. So, what are we talking about today?
Okay, so let's get back on track, because I'm the one who's supposed to keep us on track, and it's hard to keep us on track if I'm scatterbrained my damn self. But we're talking about Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's out because, let me just tell you this. He basically tore his ACL, and everybody's saying, who's going to be his backup? What's he going to do? How is Cliff Kingsbury going to handle this? Well, Kyler Murray is in a pickle right now. I mean, usually when you see somebody who tears their ACL like a Odell Beckham, he got injured during the Super Bowl, which was in February. And now we're here in December, and he still has a couple weeks out to where he could play again. So we don't know when we don't know when Odell is coming back. And some people like Adrian Peterson tore their ACL and they came back several weeks later. So the recovery from an ACL tear is several weeks to several months, just depending on what type of player that you are. So to me, the Cardinals are in a crazy situation, because it's what do they do for their backup quarterback position? What is Cliff Kingsbury going to do in order to sustain the team? Because his job is on the line. The Cardinals are currently 5-12, and they're 1-11 at State Farm Stadium. So now they're going to have to rely on Colt McCoy. He's a different type of quarterback than Kyler Murray. He's 3 inches taller. He's more of a pocket passer. And he comes with 13 years of experience. And Cliff Kingsbury just said recently that he excels at pre-snap reads, and he can run an offense on short yardage throws. Seeing somebody who can run an offense on short yardage throws, that kind of reminds me of Cooper Rush and how they kind of implemented the passing game for him when Dak Prescott was out. And it worked really well for the Cowboys, but can it work well for Colt McCoy and the Cardinals, who are currently 5-12 right now? I don't know what's going to happen, but what I do know is that the Cardinals definitely need a veteran quarterback who is going to possibly be available if Kyler Murray is not available by the beginning of next season, because we don't know when Kyler Murray is going to come back.
He won't be available by the next season. Our fact checker, Jalen, who's going to get some airtime here in the next few months. He's our intern. But yeah, the ACL, MCL, any of those, though, you're out for a minimum of 4 months. There's not weeks. These are all months. I know that whatchamacallit came back early, but I think he came back after 4 or 5 months, maybe 3 or 4 months, but it wasn't weeks by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, I mean, my thing is that
Adrian Peterson.
Even if you're at 4 or 5 months, what is it right now? December? Then that means he could come back possibly in March or April, May. The NFL season doesn't start till August for preseason.
Yeah, no. I mean, he has time, but
that's what I'm saying.
Who knows? But it was pretty serious from what I understand.
The Cardinals need to prepare for having a quarterback if he's not back by the time preseason starts. So it's going to be interesting to see, what happens to Kyler Murray and if Cliff Kingsbury loses his job. So we'll see what happens when the world turns that direction. Do you have that clip of Micah Parsons trash talking Jalen Hurts?
No, I didn't have that clip.
You don't have that clip? Oh my gosh.
No, I do not have that clip.
Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you.
Hey, we were lucky enough for me to hit stream today. So,
Yeah, you're like, don't expect anything extra special from me. Okay. So I want to say this because I really feel this deep within my heart. Micah Parsons went on a podcast called the Voncast recently, and he said that Kyler Murray, he's been playing football for so long, he knows that Jalen Hurts is a system quarterback, and he's not an actual MVP candidate material because he's a system quarterback. And, Micah Parsons' comments on the Vodcast made heavy rounds because a lot of Eagles fans are upset, a lot of Cowboys fans are happy, but let's just be honest. Jalen Hurts is going to win the MVP before your quarterback, Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons. And I know that you're probably one of the best defensive players in the NFL at the moment, probably the best if we're going to do a full breakdown on how you are. But for the MVP candidate this season, Jalen Hurts is by far better. He's a voting favorite for MVP in the new voting system. He's a favorite in the gambling world by Caesar Sportsbook. He just took the edge over Patrick Mahomes. And he's also been that type of quarterback who was able to lead the Eagles in their dominant victory over the Giants over the past week. And they improved to the NFL best 12-1 over the year. And they officially clinched a playoff berth with the victory. Now, do you consider him a system quarterback? I personally don't, because the Eagles built their team around Jalen Hurts. They traded in their former wide receiver for Devontae Smith from Alabama, his former teammate and his best friend. And they reinforced the O-line so they can cater around to a quarterback like Jalen Hurts so he could be more protective. And they implemented more RPO schemes, which, by the way, Micah Parsons, if you don't recall, they were able to shut you down in the Eagles versus the Cowboys game this past season, or earlier this season. Do you remember what Micah Parsons' numbers were, Gylan? You remember what Michael Parsons' numbers were just throughout the season? He was dominating throughout the defensive line. And during that game, when Micah Parsons came in, they were able to completely isolate him and silence him. He came back into the game. He came into the game with 6 sacks, 12 quarterback hits, and he had a forced fumble. And by the time the game was over against the Eagles, he left with 6 sacks, 12 quarterback hits, and a forced fumble. The same exact numbers. They were able to shut Micah Parsons down. So it sounds like Micah Parsons is just a little bit salty that he's in the conversation for MVP.
Not only is he salty, right? One thing that we have to think about, we have to remember, there's not much has changed on the defensive end for the Cowboys this year, but there's a lot that changed on the offensive end. So even though a defense can win a game, they can influence a game. So knowing that Parsons is talking noise, you could have put up or shut up last time, and you didn't put up or shut up last time, Michael Parsons. You just weren't there. And I'm going to take it a step further, Carolina. The Cowboys will not win the Super Bowl before Jalen Hurts does. I'm going to say it. Cowboys ain't winning the Super Bowl this year. Now, this could come back and bite me in my butt like other things that come back and bit me in my ass. But I truly believe that Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback right now. right now than Dak Prescott. And I actually don't have a lot against Dak Prescott. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. But he's no Michael Parsons in this moment. I'm sorry, he's no Jalen Hurts this year. Jalen Hurts is an amazing, amazing player this year. And he has a lot to prove, and he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. And I think Dak Prescott is a little too comfortable.
Well, also, too, projection is a mofo, right? And he said that Jalen Hurts is a system quarterback. Well, the perfect example of a system quarterback this season could possibly be Dak Prescott. Look at how Cooper Rush was able to fit inside of the Cowboys system and get wins for the Cowboys, and it didn't even seem like there was a dent.
Speaking of system.
Speaking of system, it's like projection at its finest. You see how Cooper Rush was able to put himself into the system for the Cowboys, get those wins, and then you see Dak Prescott come back in. He's a little rusty, but he's still able to get those wins for the Cowboys. But what's the difference between having Cooper Rush, who's making those big plays for the Cowboys just as much as Dak Prescott is? So who is the real system quarterback? Micah Parsons? Is it your own quarterback, Dak Prescott? It seems like a lot of projection going on with that statement, if you want me to be really honest with you. And you're right.
Okay, so who's going to win this weekend?
Oh, that's a good one. Give me the
Eagles. You're talking a whole bunch of noise.
Give me the Eagles again. They look at. Okay. I think they played incredible during the last game against the Eagles. But you know what? I forgot. Anthony Brown is now injured, and he's the person I blame for the Cowboys losing against the Eagles, and them not being able to capitalize or being able to get big stops in the red zone is because Anthony Brown, that was their main target, and now he's injured. So you know what? The Cowboys could come off with a win because that defensive player is no longer there, and I think he was a big reason why the Eagles were able to win that day. But like I said, Micah Parsons got shut down. Hopefully the Cowboys got an answer for that. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the winning team. Give me the Eagles. And if they win against the Cowboys, they definitely need to give Jalen Hurts the MVP. And I hope he plays with a chip on his shoulder because
he's going to win. He'll win the MVP, and they're on the road to win the Super Bowl right now. They look good. They don't have many down games. We're not questioning a lot of things with them. I don't know. I feel good about the Eagles right now. But I got to really look because my team is the Ravens, and we're having some problems right now. But we're still winning, so it's all good.
I was going to say Frank Valdez said, dude, I'm sure he's talking about Micah Parsons, been talking too much this year. The NFL is easy to him. He did talk a lot this year because remember earlier this season in the podcast, we were talking about how he was making comments about Tom Brady and saying that Tom Brady is, getting older. He's like, we got to get him out of this league because he's getting older. And then who ended up winning that game? Do you remember? Tom Brady won that. I don't remember that. Tom Brady won that game because he had a chip on his shoulder because of what Micah Parsons said. So sometimes you just need to shut it.
Okay, so we're going to shut it on this one, and we're going to go to a very interesting story. You brought this to my attention, and it's the Shawn Oakman story. So dude was accused of sexual assault, rape. Not sexual assault, let's call it what it was, rape, years ago. And he's trying to make a comeback, and he played in the CFL. He's played some of the other divisions, but he's trying to get back in the NFL and AFL. What's that story, Carolina?
So basically, this is a guy named Shawn Oakman. He was a top NFL draft prospect early on in his career, but then he got a sexual assault charge, and he was trying to fight that off for 3 years. And he played at Penn State, and that incident that incident caused him to lose a lot of opportunities, and he was deemed undraftable by the NFL. And he's been doing everything since then to turn his reputation around. He finally beat those charges, and they basically said that he's undraftable for that reason. And so I wonder, what do you think when these things happen? Like, he's 30 years old now. Do you think that he has an opportunity to still play in the NFL, or do you think his time is done with because of what happened?
I think he has time. I think he has time. If he has a heart, he has time. He's a massive dude. He's big. I think he can do it. So it's crazy because he had messed around with this woman before. And then what seems to have happened is she went over there. It seems like she kind of set him up, but he was acquitted of doing it after trial. He spent years in jail. And It's a sad state. Only, and I want to remind our listeners out there, like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Women, they lie, and 8%, maybe 10% of women lie about rape, right? Mm-hmm. So let's get straight. But yeah, it's a uplifting story because he's trying to make a comeback. People are believing in him. I'm thinking him hugging his brother, who was in the military and stuff. So obviously the guy didn't do it based on the court of law. So he looks pretty good. Hopefully he can come back.
Yeah, and then also, too, the revamped XFL re-signed him. He played for the CFL, and he wants an opportunity to try to get back into the NFL, and I honestly think he deserves it. If he's been fighting these charges and he was acquitted, non-guilty after 3 days of trial and a verdict, I think he should just continue to go forward, and I really hope he gets this opportunity in the NFL because – there are people who are victims of sexual assault and it really happens to them and it sucks. And those people, my heart goes out to them. But I also have my heart goes out to people who are found not guilty of being accused of something like that. You've seen that happen with another player. I think his name was Brian.
It's happened a few times.
Yeah,
it's happened a few times.
It's happened a couple times. Yeah, it's happened a couple times. It ruins people's careers. It ruins people's lives. So I hope he gets his opportunity in the NFL. I really do. Yep. Especially since he's playing well. It's not like he's a scrub. He's playing well. He was a key piece in the Argonauts puzzle for winning the CFL championship. And it's his first professional championship. Hopefully he takes that opportunity and the NFL picks him up wherever he goes. Good luck to him. And we got rapid fire coming up, which is
we got rapid fire. Okay, so this is going to be fun. This first one we're going to deal with is Mr. Jerry Sullivan. So we're going to play the clip. We're going to read the tweet. And then I'm going to give you your 45 seconds to tell us what you think in rapid fire. So let me go on and move this forward. I'm going to hit the play button here.
In the forward, we had 3 people that have commented on the live stream. This is Amy. I thought the aim was to get views, not turn people away. The next
hey, women, be better than this because the worst fans really are the women. They don't get critical journalism. They all want to be cheerleaders.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's always I don't want to. It's a dangerous avenue to go down to criticize women in general because they're better than men generally. But
now we need to frame what you just said.
They don't get it as fans.
That's the takeaway of this whole interaction. Generally, women are better than men. That's just a fact. I think we all stand by it.
I believe that.
Next, David Sullivan.
Okay, so Mr. Jerry Sullivan had his hot take, right? And he thought he was pretty funny. Yeah, dude's not writing his independent column anymore. Carolina, I'm just going to say there's 3 of them sitting there on the screen. I'm just going to say them. I'm not going to say who them are. But they're pretty average, and that's all I'm going to say. They're pretty damn average. So he says the worst fans really are women. They don't get critical journalism. They're all want to be cheerleaders. Mm-hmm. So, Miss Carolina, 45 seconds. What do you think?
Well, all right. Well, I mean, he's from Niagara, and he's supposed to be a Bills fan. He's a sports writer. And, he's not the first sports writer, the first sports personality in sports media who feels this way. The only thing that's different between a lot of other people I've come across and Jerry Sullivan is that he's bold and he made it an overt statement. This is how he really feels. And the people around him, they're co-signing what he's saying, essentially, by not stopping him or shutting him down. And I think they should be reprimanded as well if they have their lives in sports media as well. Because the quicker we get rid of these people out of sports media, the better our lives will be. Because these are the exact type of people that we talk about that shut people down, that don't give people who are minorities an opportunity. I'm glad he got fired. His apology is fake. I don't believe him, and they should all go quickly. That's what I think.
Good take. Just to button that up at the end. So he has written some really good pieces on women. But again, he's average. He's average at best. Oh, you know what we missed this week? Did you see Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp?
No, what happened?
Okay, I don't know if I'll be able to pull it up on the show, but it was fire.
We gotta talk about it next time.
Yeah, well, it was.
It might be old news.
Let's just say Unc almost jumped over the table and beat him up.
I can't wait.
Like for real.
You gotta show it to me because I don't like to watch other shows because then I'll take their opinions and I don't like doing that. So you gotta show it to me when we get off the show.
You just gotta be smarter than other people. All right. So the NBA this week came out with 6 or 7 new trophies, new designs, new trophies. So as they go through, you got 45 seconds. What do you think about the NBA's new trophy, including the MVP, after your boy, Mr. Michael Jordan?
You know, I really think that it's pretty awesome that they renamed these trophies, because it's been it's time for a revamp, and, you know, times are changing just a little bit. And I like how they're now giving the older players and the veterans credit where credit is due. Hakeem Olajuwon is Defensive Player of the Year, arguably one of the best defensive players of all time. And of course, he's Hakeem the Dream for a reason. Then you have the Wilt Chamberlain Trophy for Rookie of the Year, John Havlicek Trophy for Sixth Man of the Year, and George McCann Trophy for Most Improved Player. And of course, my guy Michael Jordan, who was 6 for 6 in the finals, the greatest of all time, arguably. And I think these trophies are beautiful and beautifully designed, and I can't wait to see who wins these awards moving forward.
Yeah, so the trophies are pretty amazing. You just take a look at them; they look good. That Jordan trophy, though, I don't know. Like, yeah, I just see. I wonder if they tried the jump man, because we're so used to Jordan dunking, right?
Yeah.
Or a layup or something like that. I think it could have been fire. I do like Hakeem Olajuwon's right there. That's Olajuwon's.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but Michael Jordan refused his image and likeness to be on that trophy, so they probably couldn't use the jump man symbol, because
you couldn't use a jump man, so nor would you want to.
Yeah, well,
but I don't even know how like that is. That doesn't look like Jordan in any way, shape, or form.
Well, also too, even with NBA Jam, they couldn't use Michael Jordan's name for or Michael.
Oh yeah,
Jordan's
I mean,
number.
he trademarks their name.
Yeah,
they own their
stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't give permission for that reason. Probably wanted a huge bag and couldn't get it. So I mean, that's up to him. That's probably why
it is what
But
it
I mean,
is.
they named it after him. Good for him.
All right, so we're going to watch this next one. Mr. Draymond Green always got something going on, right? So we'll watch this clip right now, and you all can read it. It's from TikTok. But Draymond Green had a fan basically threaten his life, and Draymond said, "Nah, fool, you getting kicked out." So just watch this exchange between the ref, Draymond Green, and then Steph Curry.
Pull it up. Say it with me. Count. Security.
Did you see his face?
Yeah, Steph Curry's face.
That face was
afterwards.
hilarious. All right, so what do you think?
Say it with me.
Green. Basically having another day kicked out. He's talking about security. Is there a line that fans cross? What are your thoughts on this? You have.
Pull it up. Say it with me.
I think fans definitely do cross the line. I mean, you're there to watch the game, you're there to enjoy the show, and nobody can stand hecklers. I mean, comedians can't stand hecklers, and the NBA should be no different. There should be a fine line between being a fan and basically disrespecting the players on the team. You can't be surprised if they react back, and if they choose to, they can. I'm a firm believer that you can react however you like if someone antagonizes you first. You can't act like victims until they get kicked out and thrown out of the company. Players, you paid for the tickets. First of all, you paid $400 for the tickets because you were in the front or more. So you're a dummy for talking trash to the players to begin with. You deserve to get ejected. You deserve to be banned from that happens. You can't trash talk to players because it's not okay.
I would disagree. I think you can trash talk, but I think there's a line that you can. So I was looking at the NBA game. And when I sat the second row at the NBA game, I was giving Karl Malone, right? That's how old So I was basically I was talking about what Karl Malone looked like. Every time he ran up and down the court, and one time he ran back down the court and he puts his hands on the side of his pants and he does this. He rubs down on his pants with his finger. Pointed down. So everybody razzed me after that and everything else. So I thought that was pretty funny, right? But I think there's trash talking and I think there's disrespect.
Right.
Right? And I would never disrespect an NBA player no matter how bad. But I don't have that hate in my heart for anybody, right? So what's this guy's claim to fame? Now, he may have money, he may have a life, but, I got kicked out the game by Draymond Green. That's going to win you a lot of points and get you laid at the bar. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't lay somebody if they, trash talk Draymond Green. Do you want a cookie?
No, I'm saying I'm being facetious.
Okay, but you pay money to go to a game just to get kicked out. You don't think that's stupid? That is so stupid. I mean, just keep your mouth shut.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like, I agree. Don't be disrespectful. And I know you weren't disrespectful to Karl Malone. You were just being, fun and antagonizing. But there's some people that are very, very disrespectful.
Yeah. I was just having a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just having a good time. All right. So we're moving on. Not bad. It could have been a little bit more spicy.
I knew it. I knew he was gonna say something.
Just a little bit, but I don't know.
Well, that's why I need. But that's why I need my hot Cheetos.
We'll have to do the hot Cheetos. All right. So we have this or that coming up.
Okay.
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So this or that today is Mr. Elon Musk or Mr. Donald Trump. Which one would you pick?
Are you being serious right now?
You're looking at the screen, aren't you?
Do I have to pick one? Yeah.
Yes, this or that. Or get creative.
Well, I'm going to pick Elon Musk over Donald Trump.
Ooh. So you're getting baby Trump over daddy Trump.
Yeah, baby Trump.
Okay.
Yeah, only because, he's just the owner of Twitter. I mean, that's it. I need to go actually look into the Twitter files. I really don't know what's going on with the Twitter files.
It's nothing. It's literally nothing.
I need to do my own research and see what's going on with that. I just feel like...
I'm going to sell you some oceanfront property in Arizona.
Is that what it is?
Oceanfront property in Arizona.
Okay.
There's no oceanfront property in Arizona.
Right. So what does that mean? What does that have to do with Elon Musk?
I'm just saying, like, the Twitter files mean nothing. These are rich, average men that have you all believing the bullshit that they're selling.
Well, I haven't even seen it. I just keep up with sports. I don't keep up with politics.
Listen, he posts something. He's just, did you hear about him on Dave Chappelle?
Who, Elon Musk?
Dave Chappelle brought Elon Musk out and Elon Musk got booed.
Okay, well, I mean,
I know, but
you
got to watch the clip.
I think I would just rather go with Elon Musk because he owns Tesla. I mean, I don't know much about the situation that's going on, but he owns Tesla, and that
don't mean nothing.
Well, I want a Tesla.
Then why didn't you get a Tesla? You could have got one. Much you paid for that little bitty car you got, and you wouldn't have been fleeced either.
They're expensive. They're way more expensive.
Then you get a Tesla for like low 40s.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Don't know.
I'm
not trying to buy a Tesla.
I pick Elon Musk over Donald Trump because, I feel like if I even go down the Donald Trump rabbit hole, they're going to ban my podcast. So let's move forward.
Okay. Yeah, true. All right. Last this or that, and we're going to wrap up the show.
Okay.
We have birria tacos or
one.
tamales.
Okay, well, I'm not from California, so X out birria tacos. That's more of a California
Birria tacos
thing.
is not just a California thing.
It's majority California taco. I mean, here it's like more barbacoa and Big Red if you're from San Antonio. And
but birria goes hard.
It does go hard, but not as hard as a freaking tamale, for sure.
So what type of tamale do you like?
All of them. I like all tamales except for beef.
Did I tell you about the time I made crawfish tamales?
Oh, that sounds good too. I'd eat that. That sounds delicious.
Nobody's ever done that before that I knew.
You know what? I picked tamales. The only tamale I wouldn't eat is a bean tamale. Like that's
Is a what? Bean tamale?
Bean tamales is the biggest waste of money. Why the hell do I want beans in my tamales?
I don't know. So tamales win over birria tacos?
Definitely.
You like how I say tacos?
Tacos.
Am I saying tacos right? Tacos.
You're saying it right.
All right. So what do you want to leave the people with?
I just want to leave the people with peace, love, and happiness. And we're definitely consistent. It's just last time we forgot to hit record. We're going to be on every single week. So I hope you guys tune in, and we're going to be on next Wednesday for sure. We're going to hit record next time. And we had a great show. Thank you, Guylan. I feel like I need to bring it more next time, though. Definitely.
Yeah. Yo, so are we going to do a show next week?
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Week 4th. Okay. I was just checking. Christmas.
Man, fuck Christmas.
All right.
Bye, y'all. Peace out.